Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Every now and again, a story comes along, it's like a gift. And this is one of these stories. It's all to do with Beryl. He says that he would like to go on Masterchef, but he doesn't want to do Strictly. Personally, I think he should do I'm a Celeb, Get Me Out of Here. Now, of course, if he does go on to Masterchef and they say, oh, and Stephen, this is Mr. Flynn, everybody, hi. Stephen, tell me, what are you cooking? And he can go, well, like so many other people in the SMP, today I'll be cooking the books. It's a gift, you see. They write themselves these things, right? And of course, he doesn't want to do Strictly because, you know, what dance will you be doing too? You know, and here we go, well, I'll be doing the old Hollywood two-step. That's where you cover your back as well as dancing around the issue. You see, again, these gags write themselves. Now, I did mention that I think he should go into the jungle. That's because at some point he will undoubtedly be fed kangaroo testicle, and it will make a lot of change, a big change for the bollocks to be going into his mouth instead of as usual where the bollocks is coming out of his mouth because he's always talking a load of bollocks. I tell you, this story was made for it, wasn't it? Let's have a look, see what him and his massive ego thinks. Here goes. I mean, he really thinks that people will be wanting to watch him cook. Oh, what are you doing? You know, what? It's just ego trip, isn't it? Narcissism. Absolute narciss. Oh, please! I'd love to get onto a reality show, and the reason he's so looking forward to this, of course, is he knows comes the next election, he's in desperate need for work, and if he can get himself on, become a bit of a TV celeb, you know, get a bit of punditry work, something like that, bring the pennies in, because what else is he going to do? He's unhireable. He's an absolute no-hoper in terms of actually getting a job, isn't he? So yeah, he's going to have to go on there and try and force a bit of fame on himself. Anyway, Stephen Flynn wants to appear on MasterChef, but SNP Westminster leader rules out Strictly Come Dancing. You have to wonder why. The Aberdeenshire South, the Aberdeen South MP reckons he has two left feet. Well, yes, one's a left foot and the other's an extreme left foot. It's like everything, isn't it, with the SNP? But he believes, I tell you, it's a gift. This story's a gift anyway. But he believes traditional mince and tatties could win over John Turode and Greg Wallace. And if he thinks that, oh dear heavens to Betsy. Mince and tatties is not what MasterChef is all about, darling. You know. Stephen Flynn has revealed an ambition to appear on MasterChef, but ruled out a stint in Strictly Come Dancing due to him having two extreme left feet. I know I've done that gag, but it still works. The SNP's Westminster leader is used to cooking up grievance in the Commons, boom boom, but reckons he would be a dab hand in the kitchen. Yeah, really. Yeah. He also reckons that he has the perfect dishes to impress judges John Turode and Greg Wallace, including Scott's staple mince and tatties. I don't think so, mate. Let's be honest, with most of the people in your party, the one meal that you will be able to do is porridge, because most of you are going to end up inside serving it. Anyway, MasterChef sees amateur, professional and celebrity cooks test their skills for some of the country's top critics and chefs, and is one of the BBC's biggest hits. Of course it is, we all know it. Grace Dent, incidentally, talking of the jungle, has just been let out, hasn't she? She's been very ill or something. I'm not sure what the total is, but there was some major health issue, and basically she's had to withdraw and come back. So just linking up nicely with I'm a Celeb and MasterChef there. So, hey. Anyway, with reality TV dominating the schedules just now, Mr. Flynn, is he only 35? Mr. Flynn, 35. I can't believe he's only 35. He looks much older, doesn't he? It's a hard life. Hard life, isn't it? Hard life of the SNP. He threw in his tuppence worth, or his Tupperware, should be his Tupperware, shouldn't it? And admit he was one of those boycotting I'm a Celebrity, get out of here. I don't care. Because Nigel Farage was in it. Oh, you bloody child, you know. Oh, look at you. No, I can't watch that because there's a man in it I don't like. What a wanker. Former UKIP leader has been one of the stars of the series, with his bare bum shower the most iconic scene so far. Fancy that. Everyone looking at Nigel Farage and thinking, arse. I'm just leaving that one there because it's two devices and I'm not getting into it. Anyway, writing in a Daily Record, this is Beryl, not Farage. He said, I've got 2 left feet, so Strictly is out of the window. My pals would enjoy SAS Who Dares Wins too much. The chase has a potential for significant embarrassment. Yes, because they expect you to know things. And we all know in the SNP, ignorance is bliss. You know, information and expert knowledge is something they frown upon. It's almost like Cambodia, isn't it? Where the killing fields, where they just go in and kill everyone who's got a brain in her. Wearing glasses, oh, you're not a peasant, kill you. Because they didn't want anyone with an education, you know. Anyway, so he said, so Masterchef it is. Fajitas, mince and tatties, and oven-roasted 3-cheese macaroni all round. A winning recipe for sure. I would throw it back at you, mate. Honestly, can't stand macaroni. Funny thing is, I love cheese. I love cheese, yeah, and I love most pastas. But I've got a thing about macaroni, and I think it goes back to my my childhood. And I'm not going to tell you anything more than that. Don't worry, it's nothing sexual or anything. It's just I don't want to insult my mother's cooking. We'll leave it there. Farage 59 is far from the first political figure to dip his toes in the world of reality TV. Scourge of the SNP, Penny Mordaunt was a contestant in the diving show Splash, and somebody complained about me using an image from that, but I wasn't the one who made her dress in a swimsuit. She enjoyed dressing in a swimsuit, and so did we. Former Scottish Labour leader Kezia Dugdale is among the host of figures who've headed for Aussie Jungle in I'm a Celeb in the past. Most notoriously, reading is hard, words are difficult. Most notoriously, former UK Health Secretary Matt Hancock joined the show last year. He did so in a bid to improve his image. And it did. He went in and everyone thought he was a right twonk. And he came out and everyone knew he was a right twonk. In fact, his image went down. He came across as a false, two-faced tosspot. Anyway, he did finish third, but he was picked for almost every Bush Tucker trial. Hancock recently tried at SAS Who Dares Wins with his political reputation in tatters. And his marriage, of course, and everything about him, because he's just an odious toad, really, isn't he? He's a tosser of a man. Former Shadow Chancellor Ed Balls, I remember him in Strictly, yes, and former Tory Minister Anne Widdecombe have both strutted their stuff. Oh, didn't they? I've got to be honest, Anne was just terrible, wasn't she? She was just out there throwing shapes, and they weren't very good shapes. But Ed Balls, I mean, he went on far too long. He was like the comedy relief. But yeah, all right, you know. But it must be bad. It must be sad for Ed Balls because he's got Yvette Cooper's his wife, obviously, and she didn't want to take his name. And I can't blame her really because she'd be Y Balls, wouldn't she? You can make of that what you want. Anyway, Scottish firebrands Tommy Sheridan and George Galloway both took part in Celebrity Big Brother. Oh God, can you remember George Galloway purring like a cat to Dennis Waterman's ex-bint? Oh, the Polish woman. I can see her face. Can't think of her name. Very attractive woman. Anyway, I'm sure somebody down in the comments will tell me. Rula Lenska. Bang. I knew the moment I said that. Rula Lenska. And he's like, oh, purr. It was almost sexually fetishised. Dear heavens, George, have you got no respect for yourself? Anyway, there we go. I can't remember Tommy Sheridan in Big Brother, but that's a different thing. But yeah, I mean, that's what he is. He's trying to get his Vizog onto the telly. He's trying to put a post-political career out there because he knows that come the next election, whenever it shall be, May, October next year, whenever, that's him done. He's done. He's finished. He's out. He's got no future in politics. And to be honest, who would employ him? He's a serial failure. He's an obnoxious serial failure at that. You know, it's he reckons what neeps and tatties for your dinner. I mean, that's fine if you're having, you know, a Burns night supper or something, but it's not bloody MasterChef, is it? Get over yourself. Go and get a real job. I'm sure Sainsbury's will let you stack some shelves or something, well within your capabilities. Maybe. Anyway, I'm going to round up and come up. I'll tell you, this one's been a gift, hasn't it? It's been an absolute. I enjoyed this one. I hope you have. Anyway, I'm going to come up and we'll round off. Of course, it just struck me as I was coming out there that if he did go do I'm a Celeb, and he had to do one of those Bush Tucker trials, and it was all get yourself in something, and there's all these slimy, horrible, crawling things all over him, he'd be quite used to that working in Westminster. There's an awful lot of them. So, I mean, it won't be unusual for him, will it? Anyway, yeah, desperate man, looking for a job. What a sad man. Anyway, I shall finish there. Thank you very much for watching. I told you it was only a little one, but it was light and fluffy, and it was funny, I think. He's a very amusing man. but just not in the right way. Till next time, stay safe, stay well, and if you ever see him, tell him if he eats the bollocks, make a change from talking them. Bye.